Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be tackling some stuff today that is going to be super helpful for your mental health. And I'll sprinkle a little fun in it as well. Today we're diving into the world of obsessive compulsive disorder and going to use a Rubik's Cube to explain it. Do you know how to solve one of these things? Stick around because at the end of this video, you're going to understand OCD in a whole new way and learn some awesome tips to manage it. So let's get started. All right, so imagine this Rubik's Cube is your brain. It looks simple enough though, right? If you've ever tried to solve one, you know it's not as easy as it seems. This colorful cube is a perfect analogy for OCD. So let's break it down. Think of each side of this Rubik's Cube as a different area of your life. Maybe it's your family, work, health, relationships, so on. When you have OCD, you might work really hard to solve one side, working so hard. I gotta solve this one side just to make sure your hands are perfectly clean or you're good or whatever it is that like you work so hard. Oh, I got this one side, but guess what happens? The other sides get mixed up and you're like, oh, but I solved it. And you turn around and other areas of my life are now screwed up. It's frustrating, right? And now that I just mixed this up, I literally have no idea how to put it back together. 11-year-old. That's where my 11-year-old comes in. I'll have him fix it later. But here's where the analogy gets even more interesting. If you've ever tried to solve this cube without knowing the algorithm, you know it can feel like you're just going in circles. You might get that one side solved, but the other side's messed up. I mean, that is OCD. It's a false narrative that if you do everything you can, do all these compulsions, figure it out, you'll be satisfied. You'll figure this thing out. Doesn't work that way. Actually just makes you feel more exhausted and more stuck. But guess what? I don't blame you. We do our best. Our brain's trying to solve the problem, even when there isn't one. So if I see two colors together, my brain's like, okay, if I just move this one here, oh, I got the red. I figured out the red. Ha, I did it. But what about the rest? I just messed up the rest so I could get this one thing done, and that's the compulsion. So then what is that solution? I mean, that's the trap of OCD. It's a big fat liar. It says, this was the solution. Made you feel some relief, made you feel like you did it right, but no. Have you ever felt like this before? I'm gonna give you that algorithm right now, because there is one for solving this cube. My son tried to teach me once. It's like down, down, over, left, right. Then you get the white here, and then think I can remember that? I'm an old man. I could do it if I tried. But there are proven methods to manage OCD. The key is to learn to practice these techniques and do it over and over and over again. One of the most effective treatments is exposure and response prevention. So let's break it down. I'm gonna give you some concrete examples. ERP involves exposing yourself to the thoughts, images, objects, situations that make you feel anxious. You're gonna make the choice to not do any compulsive behaviors. Anything that you do to ease that anxiety or make sense of it. That's like turning that Rubik's Cube. Why am I doing that when I, see? See? You might touch a doorknob, then not wash your hands. Feel super uncomfortable. Over time, you feel better about it. But if contamination's not your thing, that's cool too, because this treatment works for all of it. Take harm OCD, for example. If you have an intrusive thought, you might feel like you're harming other people, or you could. Someone who's doing exposures might write down all of the thoughts they're having. They might have a big smile. Sure, I might do this thing. I don't know. Ooh, I'm so scared. Ooh, I might use this knife. Ooh, I might hit somebody. Oh, ooh, I'm so scared. But I'm still gonna live my life the way I wanna live my life. Like, that's essentially what an exposure is. What if you're checking OCD? You are seeing if the door is locked. So you're practicing locking the door once, walking away. Maybe you're never even gonna check to see if it's locked. You're risking that. Someone could break in. I don't know, maybe. Could be your fault, possibly. We're sitting with that uncertainty. Sexual orientation OCD. When you question yourself, we practice sitting with the thoughts and you do nothing to figure it out. No, we don't do nothing. We may expose to that, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm still gonna go do this thing because I want to go do this thing. But then when can I ever figure out my sexuality? Well, guess what? When you're not feeling anxious about it. Sometimes that's what it comes down to. When I'm not feeling anxious, maybe I'll problem solve. If I am feeling anxious and I'm thinking about it all day and I just got to figure this thing out, there's something else happening. So we're choosing to stay uncertain about it. Face a specific fear, whether it's an image, whether it's a video, something we can touch, something we can engage with. And we're not going to do the typical compulsions that we might want to do. We're not just doing that exposure. We're doing the response part. I have to tell my brain how much I don't care about it. I hope I never figure this out. Keep telling me these thoughts. Oh yeah, I am attracted to that person. Sweet, thanks for that. Cool. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. I love that you brought this thought my way. Oh man, I love it. What do you think my brain's learning from that? These exercises or exposures help to retrain your brain to tolerate the anxiety. Reduce the compulsive behaviors that you normally do. But here's the thing though, you have to put down the cube and realize we don't need to keep working on it. It's okay for it to look like this. It isn't the answer that you're seeking. OCD is the problem. It's not the cube. Mind blowing, right? I'm gonna say it again. The inability to fix this cube isn't the problem. OCD is the problem. It's uncomfortable, looks weird. It's not right, but I gotta enjoy how it is. It is what it is. Just like mastering this cube, it takes practice and learning, just like managing OCD. It's not a quick fix. With persistence, the right strategies, just knowing what to do makes a difference. Maybe you already have a therapist. If you don't, maybe you have someone to help you through this process. Maybe you need a little extra help. That's where my Master Your OCD online course comes in. I teach you this algorithm. I love throwing that up. Woo. This algorithm to know what to do to fix this darn thing once and for all, and actually leave it imperfect. You get to be the boss. I'm gonna link that down in the description. So there you have it, understanding OCD through the lens of a Rubik's Cube. Remember that you don't have to stay stuck in this never-ending loop. With the right tools and support, you can break free of this thing. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. There's probably a video on, I know there's a video on this grade here. Go watch that to enhance your skills even more. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, keep pushing forward, and I'll see you in the next video. Perfect analogy? Why can't I say that word? Perfect analogy.